Good morning and welcome to Mission Control Houston and the International Space Station update. We're joining the International Space Station Flight Control team in the Space Station Flight Control room here at the Mission Control Center in Houston, where the Orbit 2 team is on console at this time and they're led again today by Flight Director Paul Dye, working with Josh Matthews in the Capcom seat. On board the International Space Station, the Expedition 30 crew has been awake since midnight Central Time, and they're now more than halfway through their day. U.S. Commander Dan Burbank, as well as Russian flight engineer Anton Shkapurlov and Anatoly Ivanishin, are orbiting 234 miles above the Pacific Ocean, heading southeast into the daylight portion of this orbit around the Earth. Burbank, Shkaplerov, and Ivanishin launched the station in the Russian Soyuz TMA-22 vehicle on November 13th and docked to the space station on November 15th, so they're working on their 26th day in space and their 24th day at the space station. They've been alone at the station since the Expedition 29 crew members left on the November 21st, but they'll soon be joined by 3 new crew members to replace those that left. Flight engineers Don Pettit, Oleg Kononenko, and Andrei Kuipers departed from the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia, near Moscow yesterday, and are now at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, where where their Soyuz TMA-03M is being prepared for their December 21st launch to the space station. There's a photo here of their arrival. They were greeted by Russian officials and again now are getting ready for their December 21st launch. Then they'll be docking to the space station and joining Burbank, Shkaplerov, and Ivanishin on December 23rd. To get ready for the arrival, the engines of the station's Vesda service module are going to be fired later today at 1:50 p.m. Central Time to raise the station to the correct altitude to meet up with the Soyuz on the 23rd. They'll fire for 1 minute and 22 seconds and raise the station's altitude by 2.8 miles at its perigee, or the lowest point of its orbit. That's going to put the station in a 259.9 by 231.5 mile orbit. Inside the station today, the crew has been working on a variety of science experiments. Commander Burbank spent some time today again with the Combustion's Integrated Rack, which is used for microgravity research on droplet, solid fuel, or gaseous fuel combustion. And he's also done some troubleshooting with the Isaac experiment. That's the International Space Station agricultural camera, which is used to studying melting glaciers, ecosystem responses to seasonal changes, and human impacts, as well as natural disasters. And a little later this hour, at 10:35 a.m. Central Time, Burbank is going to take some time out of his schedule to talk with 5th and 6th grade students at Westchester Intermediate School in Chesterton, Indiana. That's what's going on in space today, and this is Mission Control Houston.